They said Harley would rule the road forever. Until now. Honda just made a move so bold it's shaking the entire cruiser world. Lightweight, high torque, and engineered for real riders, this isn't just competition, it's disruption. Watch till the end. You'll know why Harley should be worried. Number 7. Honda Rebel 500. Respect doesn't always come from horsepower or chrome. Sometimes it's built through quiet reliability. The Rebel 500 is one of those machines. It is not here to impress showroom browsers or internet comment sections. It is here for the rider who wants a real bike, one that delivers comfort, control, and capability at a price point that makes sense. For riders who are stepping into cruisers for the first time or returning after a long hiatus, this bike checks every box without trying too hard. The Rebel 500 produces 45 horsepower from a liquid-cooled 471 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine. It generates 32 pound-feet of torque and uses a single-disc braking system in both the front and rear, supported by a standard anti-lock braking system. Suspension duties are handled by conventional telescopic forks in the front and dual shocks in the rear. The wet weight stands at 416 pounds and the seat height is a low 27.2 inches. The starting price is $6,899. There is no pretense here. The Rebel 500 does not lean on legacy or nostalgia. It simply delivers. The low center of gravity and lightweight chassis make it easy to maneuver through tight parking lots or down narrow back roads. Its neutral riding position and mid-mounted foot controls keep things comfortable for long hauls, while the low seat height allows riders of nearly any stature to feel confident and stable at every stoplight. For many, especially those not interested in the sound and fury of a bigger V-twin, that stability means more than flash. Visually, the Rebel 500 walks the line between classic cruiser and stripped-down modern. Its blackout engine treatment and minimalist fenders give it a clean, cohesive profile that is easy to personalize. Aftermarket support is vast, with options for windscreens, seats, luggage racks, and even bobber-style kits that transform the look entirely. Honda kept the design intentionally simple to allow riders to make it their own. Where this machine really earns its place on this list is in its usability. The clutch is light, the gearbox shifts smoothly, and the throttle response is predictable without being dull. It behaves well in traffic but still holds steady at highway speeds without feeling overstressed. Fuel economy is solid too, hovering around 60 miles per gallon. That makes it not just affordable to buy, but affordable to ride, maintain, and live with. For seasoned Harley-Davidson riders, the Rebel 500 may seem small on paper, but out on the road it does something many larger bikes forgot how to do. It gets out of the way and lets the rider enjoy the moment. This is not about proving anything. It is about reconnecting with the road on a machine that respects your time, your wallet, and your desire to just ride. The next motorcycle on this list raises the bar, not by shrinking the package, but by sharpening it. Owned one of these or think Honda's finally getting it right? Drop a comment. If this list speaks to you, hit like. It helps real riders find content that respects their time. Your feedback fuels future videos and keeps this channel rider first. Number 6. Honda CB1000R Black Edition. Some motorcycles are built for speed, others are built for style, but every so often a machine comes along that blends both without saying a word. The Black Edition is one of those motorcycles. It does not shout. It does not sparkle. It simply shows up with the kind of quiet authority that earns respect from real riders. For those who have grown tired of bloated muscle and plastic chrome, this machine is a sharp reminder of what precision feels like. The Black Edition produces 143 horsepower from a liquid-cooled 998 cubic centimeter inline-4 engine. It delivers 75 pound-feet of torque and uses a dual-disc braking system in the front with radial-mounted calipers paired with a single disc in the rear. The braking system includes a standard anti-lock braking system for added safety. Suspension is managed by a fully adjustable inverted fork up front and a rear monoshock with rebound and preload adjustability. The wet weight is 471 pounds, the seat height measures 32.7 inches, and the starting price is $12,999. The Black Edition is not here to compete with traditional cruisers. It is a street-focused machine built for riders who value response over rumble. The ergonomics are subtly aggressive, upright enough for daily riding, but with a slight lean that puts your body in line with the bike's purpose. From the first turn of the throttle, power delivery is smooth but forceful. The inline-4 surges cleanly through the gears, and a factory-installed quick-shifter lets you move up or down without the clutch, keeping your hands focused and your attention forward. Styling is where this bike separates itself. True to its name, the Black Edition is finished in a deep matte black that covers nearly every inch: frame, engine, exhaust, and even the headlight housing. There is no bright work, no polished chrome, no gimmicks. It looks like it was carved from obsidian and tuned for the road. The tank is muscular without being bulky, and the exposed frame triangle gives it a clean architectural stance. The digital display is compact but informative, featuring a full-color screen that shows gear position, ride mode, fuel level, and traction control settings. There are multiple riding modes available, including Standard, Rain, and Sport. Each one adjusts throttle sensitivity, engine braking, and traction intervention to suit road conditions and rider intent. This is technology that stays out of your way until you need it, and then delivers exactly what the road demands. For Harley-Davidson riders accustomed to heavyweight machines, the Black Edition offers a glimpse of what happens when engineering leads the design. It may not have a big fairing or leather saddlebags, but it does have something every real rider understands: total connection. This is not about the past. It is about control, power, and execution. The next motorcycle on this list proves that modern touring does not have to mean compromise, and that comfort and confidence can go hand in hand. Number 5. Honda N T1100 DCT. Touring used to mean choosing between size, weight, or sacrifice, but the NT1100 rewrites those rules entirely. It delivers real-world comfort, highway stability, and modern technology in a package that feels refined instead of oversized. For riders looking to cover long distances without wrestling a 700-pound machine, this is the answer that finally brings balance back to the segment. The NT1100 produces 100 horsepower from a liquid-cooled 1084 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine. It delivers 82 pound-feet of torque and features dual disc brakes in the front with 4 piston calipers paired with a single rear disc. The braking system is controlled by a cornering-ready anti-lock braking system. Suspension duties are handled by a 43mm inverted fork up front and a rear ProLink shock, both offering adjustable preload and 5.9 inches of travel. The wet weight is 547 pounds without accessories, the seat height measures 32.3 inches, and the starting price is $11,899. This bike stands out immediately for one core reason: its dual-clutch transmission. There is no clutch lever, no manual gear shifting unless you want it. Riders can let the machine shift automatically or use paddle-style controls on the handlebar for manual override. It is especially useful during city riding or when fatigue sets in on long-haul days. It adapts to how and where you ride, and the result is a touring experience that is smoother, quieter, and easier to control than most full-size cruisers. Comfort is built into every angle of this bike. The seating triangle allows for a relaxed posture without putting you to sleep. The wide seat is firm but supportive, and the handlebar position keeps your shoulders loose without leaning you too far back or forward. Passenger accommodations are equally generous, and the suspension does a solid job of maintaining composure even under a full touring load. With the addition of factory panniers and an adjustable windscreen, the NT1100 is already halfway to being a full bagger, without the extra bulk. Technology integration is handled with a deliberate, practical approach. A 6.5-inch color touchscreen offers Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Bluetooth connectivity, allowing riders to manage navigation, music, and communication without taking their hands off the grips. Standard cruise control, heated grips, and Honda selectable torque control round out a well-balanced package that feels modern but never overwhelming. On the road, the bike is planted and confident. Steering is neutral even at speed, and the chassis offers just enough feedback to stay connected without transferring every imperfection in the pavement. Despite its lighter weight, it remains remarkably stable in crosswinds and under braking. The engine offers enough torque to pass comfortably, but more importantly, it stays quiet and cool even in stop-and-go traffic. The NT1100 proves that long-distance touring does not have to be loud, heavy, or complicated. It offers a new kind of freedom, one rooted in simplicity, efficiency, and modern comfort. The next motorcycle on this list takes those same priorities and builds them into a sharp, middleweight platform made to dominate the street. Number 4. Honda CB750 Hornet. Performance no longer needs to come wrapped in chrome or weigh 700 pounds to earn respect. The Hornet is a sharp, middleweight machine that strips away excess and delivers the kind of handling and responsiveness older riders often miss in larger cruisers. For those who value control, torque, and real-world power, this bike brings something new to the street, without compromising on rider comfort or confidence. The Hornet produces 91 horsepower from a liquid-cooled 750 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine. It delivers 55 pound-feet of torque and uses dual front disc brakes with radial-mounted calipers along with a single rear disc. The braking system includes a standard anti-lock braking system. Suspension comes by way of an inverted front fork with adjustable preload and a rear monoshock with progressive linkage. The wet weight is 461 pounds. The seat height measures 31.3 inches, and the starting price is $9,399. From the moment you sit on the Hornet, it is clear this motorcycle was built for engagement. The upright riding posture is natural, placing the rider in command without strain. The narrow tank provides excellent grip with the knees, and the mid-mounted pegs offer a balanced feel, whether carving through traffic or sweeping through curves. Despite its lean profile, the bike offers enough comfort to make it more than a short-haul machine. It can commute, cruise, and even stretch out for day-long rides with ease. What sets the Hornet apart is how usable the power band is. The engine pulls cleanly from the low end, surges in the mid-range, and keeps climbing with purpose. It is not about redline bragging rights, it is about making every twist of the throttle count. That focus on usable torque makes the bike ideal for riders transitioning from heavier cruisers or for those looking to downsize without sacrificing excitement. Visually, the Hornet avoids the clutter of overly styled machines. The angular lines, LED lighting, and minimalist bodywork give it a serious presence without gimmicks. Exposed frame elements and a sculpted tail keep the profile tight and purposeful. This is a motorcycle that looks like it belongs on the street, not in a catalog. The full digital dashboard provides clear information, including ride mode, fuel level, speed, and gear position, with controls easily accessible from the handlebars. 3 standard ride modes, Standard, Sport, and Rain, allow the rider to adapt throttle response and traction control settings to match road conditions. These modes are easy to switch while riding and offer a level of safety and control that used to be reserved for much more expensive bikes. Combined with its lightweight and balanced chassis, the Hornet becomes more than a budget alternative. It becomes a serious option for riders who want performance without the price penalty. The Hornet is not loud and it is not oversized, but it is sharp, refined, and ready for riders who want a return to riding feel. The next motorcycle on this list moves away from street precision and steps firmly into grand touring without bringing the baggage. Number 3. Honda Goldwing. Tour DCT. Comfort used to mean compromise. If you wanted a smooth ride, you had to accept weight, heat, and complexity. But the Goldwing has rewritten the definition of touring, offering luxury, power, and confidence without the usual burden. It is no longer just the most advanced touring motorcycle Honda builds. It is the platform that redefines what long-distance American motorcycling can be when done with purpose and precision. The Goldwing produces 125 pound-feet of torque from a liquid-cooled 1833 cubic centimeter flat-six engine. It delivers 120 horsepower and is equipped with dual front disc brakes with 4-piston calipers and a single rear disc with a 2-piston caliper. The entire system is managed by a cornering-capable anti-lock braking system. Suspension is handled by a double wishbone front end and a rear Pro-Link shock with electronic preload adjustment. The wet weight is 933 pounds. The seat height measures 29.3 inches, and the starting price is $24,999. The Gold Wing was built to carry you farther, longer, and more comfortably than anything in its class. The unique flat-six engine eliminates vibration and produces torque that rolls on smoothly across the full rev range. Paired with a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission, riders can enjoy either fully automatic shifting or manual control through paddle selectors on the handlebars. There is no clutch lever, no hunting for gears, just seamless transitions and effortless cruising. What sets the Gold Wing apart from traditional baggers is not just what it offers, but how little effort it takes to enjoy it. A deep, sculpted seat keeps both rider and passenger locked in with all-day support. Heated grips and heated seats come standard. The riding position is upright, neutral, and fatigue-free. Air management is controlled with a power-adjustable windscreen, while additional front vents help fine-tune the airflow. Riders feel protected but never boxed in. Technology is integrated in a way that feels natural, not overbearing. A full-color 7-inch display provides navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Bluetooth audio. Voice control and handlebar toggles allow riders to manage their trip without distraction. 4 selectable ride modes, Tour, Sport, Rain, and Econ, adjust throttle delivery, suspension behavior, and traction control settings in real time. Storage is generous without looking bulky. The trunk holds 61 liters, enough for 2 full-face helmets. Side cases add even more volume, and all compartments are weather-sealed and remotely lockable. Fuel range is equally impressive, with a 5.5-gallon tank delivering over 250 miles per fill. Despite its size, the Gold Wing does not feel clumsy. The front suspension keeps steering light and planted, and the weight distribution allows for confident low-speed maneuvering. For older riders who still enjoy full-day rides but want less struggle, the Gold Wing delivers everything without compromise. It is not about flash. It is about glide. The next motorcycle on this list shifts the focus away from luxury and back to the kind of stripped-down aggression that used to define muscle on the street. Number 2. Honda Shadow Phantom. There was a time when cruisers were simple. Low seat, deep sound, black paint, and a machine that just worked. The Phantom brings that back. This is not a bike chasing specs or trying to reinvent anything. It is here for riders who still believe in clean lines, low maintenance, and a real V-twin under the tank. For those who have grown tired of electronics for electronics' sake, this one brings it back to the basics. The Phantom produces 44 horsepower from a liquid-cooled 745 cubic centimeter V-twin engine. It delivers 47 pound-feet of torque and is equipped with a single front disc and rear drum braking system, both managed by a standard anti-lock braking system. Suspension comes from conventional front forks and dual rear shocks. The wet weight is 543 pounds, the seat height measures 27.4 inches, and the starting price is $8,399. From the moment it starts, the Phantom feels familiar in all the right ways. The exhaust note is smooth and low, not loud, not sharp, just enough to remind you that you are on something built to rumble. The shaft final drive keeps things clean and nearly maintenance-free, especially compared to belt-driven systems that stretch and wear. There are no complex ride modes, no screen to scroll through, just fuel, speed, and the road ahead. The seating position is true to cruiser form. You sit deep in the bike, not on top of it. The bars are within easy reach, and the mid-mounted foot controls let you stretch out a little without putting your knees too far forward. The ride is relaxed and planted. It is the kind of setup that lets you put on real miles without ending up stiff or sore by the time you get home. It does not pretend to be a touring machine, but it will surprise you with how easy it is to ride all day. Visually, the Phantom gets almost everything right. Matte black finishes dominate the frame, engine, and fenders. The front headlight is round and clean. The tank is long and low with subtle badging that stays out of the way. It looks modern without chasing trends and classic without feeling dated. It is the kind of bike that turns heads, not because it is flashy, but because it is honest. This motorcycle is not chasing high horsepower numbers or tech-heavy dashboards. It is built for riders who want to throw a leg over and take off without scrolling through a menu. That makes it a serious option for riders coming off older cruisers or those who never wanted to leave them in the first place. It does not try to outshine a Harley, it just outlasts one. The next motorcycle on this list brings modern performance into the world of full-size cruisers, proving that you can have torque, tech, and comfort without needing 800 pounds of chrome to get there. Harley's story isn't over, but it's clear the road ahead is changing fast. If you care about where motorcycling goes from here, hit subscribe. We're just getting started, and the next video might be the one that changes your mind for good. Number 1. Honda Africa Twin CRF 1100 LDCT. There is a point in every rider's journey where comfort, control, and confidence begin to matter more than brand names or heritage badges. For those riders, especially those who have spent years managing the weight and heat of traditional cruisers, the Africa Twin offers something unexpected, a different kind of freedom. It does not roar at stoplights or gleam with chrome under dealership lights. Instead, it delivers on what actually matters: capability, versatility, and simplicity. This machine produces 75 horsepower from a liquid-cooled 1,084 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine. It delivers 77 pound-feet of torque and uses a dual-disc braking system up front with 4 piston calipers along with a single disc in the rear. The braking is managed by a cornering-ready anti-lock braking system. Suspension duties are handled by a fully adjustable inverted front fork and a rear Pro-Link shock. The wet weight stands at 534 pounds with a seat height of 34.3 inches. The starting price is $14,499. This is not a bike designed to chase nostalgia. It is a tool engineered to conquer miles with minimal drama. While many touring bikes in the V-twin world push past 800 or even 900 pounds, the Africa Twin strips things down to what you actually need and then quietly adds everything you forgot you wanted. Electronic ride modes, cruise control, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto integration, a 6.5-inch color touchscreen, all of it standard, all of it integrated into a design that feels intuitive rather than overwhelming. The upright seating position, tall windscreen, and relaxed handlebar angle make for a ride that is both commanding and comfortable. There is no need to fight the bike at low speeds, nor to brace your core every time you lean into a turn. With a narrower frame, generous ground clearance, and long travel suspension, the Africa Twin invites exploration on roads most cruisers would fear. Gravel, broken pavement, and tight back roads are no longer off limits. In fact, they are where this machine begins to shine. Fuel range is impressive too, thanks to a fuel tank that delivers over 250 miles per fill and real-world economy hovering around 50 miles per gallon. For the long-haul rider, that means fewer stops and more time on the road. For the practical rider, it means less cost without sacrificing performance. And for the older rider who values comfort and function over noise and reputation, it means relief. The dual-clutch transmission changes the experience entirely. There is no clutch lever, no manual shifting required unless you choose it. Whether rolling through stop-and-go city traffic or cruising at 65 on a winding highway, the bike shifts smoothly and predictably, letting you focus on the road ahead, not your left hand. More than anything, the Africa Twin offers something many riders have not felt in years: ease. It brings back the feeling of being connected to the machine without being dominated by it. No excess, no showmanship, just quiet, capable strength. And for those coming off heavyweight cruisers, that realization hits hard. This motorcycle does not aim to replace tradition. It simply proves that there is another way. One that is lighter, smarter, and far more adaptable. One that delivers comfort, range, and technology without demanding a 700-pound commitment. The road is changing, and the Africa Twin is already there riding ahead.